The New York City mayoral election. It's that time again where the people of this great nation who can't even name the 5 boroughs weigh in on who we're going to blame crime on for the next 4 years. People who think Nolita is Epstein's favorite book, that Midwood is something you fix with Blue Chew, that the Aki Way is a solar system and Brownsville is where only brown people live. Okay, they're right about that one, but not on purpose. Anyway, boy, do we have an interesting race. It's Life of Pi versus Slice of Pie versus this guy. Not only a New York legend, but the star of Emily in Paris. It's the same people you see on the subway, but the only train in this debate was the one Zoe and Sliwa were running on Cuomo. The frontrunner for mayor of the capital of capitalism is shockingly Democratic socialist Zoran Mandani. The nonprofit Mohammed ran an incredibly successful campaign focused on affordability. Kalshi has him at a 91% chance to win. Now, is it because New Yorkers want communism? Is it because we want grocery stores in the hood? Is it because from the river to the sea, the buses will be free? No. New Yorkers don't give a fuck about any of that. This election is about one issue, and it's something Black Dumbledore brought up years ago. The rent is too damn high. New Yorkers are being squeezed under the weight of a housing crisis that the rest of the country might not understand because no one wants to live there. The only housing crisis in Oklahoma is a tornado, or as they call it in Crown Heights, a wind dreidel. The greatest monthly expense a New Yorker has, aside from oat milk, is rent. It takes up 55% of their monthly income. In New York City, the average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment has risen 90% in the last 6 years. Meanwhile, wages have only gone up 8%. That means everyone, from the Brooks Brothers bankers to the Birkenstock Bolsheviks, are being priced out. Now, all the candidates have different ideas about how to handle it. Brooklyn's Bruce Wayne, or as we call him, Beret Leota, has the only plan to cut regulations and incentivize developers, but transplants don't take him seriously because he looks like he protects a cobalt mine with child soldiers. Cuomo, who deserves some credit as governor for banning assault weapons, and no, I'm not talking about his hands, did his best to ease the housing crisis by killing your Mima. As mayor, he has proposed using money from retirement accounts to fund housing development. Cuomo, what the fuck did old people do to you? Before dropping out of the race, this bribe turkey once said that we should build an 11 strip club in New York City. Hear him out, though. Strippers don't need their own housing. They sleep hanging upside down like bats. Also, we need vacant spaces for rent, and she's got 3. The leader of the pack, Rudolph, the red dot reindeer, is offering something different. The immediate solution of a rent freeze. Now, can the Karate Kid do it? Immediately, no, but eventually he will be able to freeze rent for all rent-stabilized or rent-controlled units, which make up half the units in the city. Will it fix the housing crisis? That alone will not. And it will likely put more pressure on the free market units and increase rent for the other 50% of the people in the city. But here's the question. Does any of that matter for winning an election? And the answer, whether you like it or not, is no. It might sound crazy, but Mamdani's populist movement is the closest thing we've seen to Trump's MAGA. Trump didn't run saying, maybe we'll get the federal funding to erect some structures that could decrease border entries from illegals. He said, we're building a wall and Mexico's gonna pay for it. And Mamdani took a page right out of his book. He said, we're lowering the rents and billionaires are gonna pay for it. I mean, the similarities don't stop there. They're both rich kids speaking on the problems of the working class. They both were rejected and campaigned against by their own party, only to redefine it in their own image. They saw the value in new media, and they knew that if your politics are a little outside the mainstream, it's best to run after a black guy. I mean, Mamdani brought one of Cuomo's accusers to the last debate. Where have we seen that before? Now, I'm not saying that Mamdani is Trump or Trump is Mamdani. They both have radically different views on the world. The point is that Mamdani and Trump ran on rejecting the status quo. Their success is indicative of poor and middle-class people on the left and the right feeling that the status quo and the politicians that maintain it have left them behind. Those voters on both sides are willing to take a chance on radical new ideas and leadership if it gives them a shot at providing for their families. These types of campaigns can only thrive when people are pushed to the brink, and it's incredibly hard to defeat them when all you're offering is more of the same. Look, whoever wins this thing is going to stand up there chin high pretending they tamed the beast. And maybe the transplants don't know this yet, but New York doesn't get tamed. It doesn't soften for a speech or bow to a fresh coat of paint on City Hall. This place is a beautiful brawl, a city stitched together by midnight hustles, corner store coffee, and 1,000 accents shouting over each other just to feel alive. We've survived every flavor of disappointment and still demanded seconds. So let the politicians shake hands and promise miracles. We'll keep moving, hungry, relentless, unromantic, but hopelessly in love with the chaos. Because in the end, the mayor doesn't save New York. New York saves itself.